gentlemen, yes, I am talking about you. Welcome back to the live stream. Futures are down incredible amounts right now. What is even happening for a futures move? This is kind of crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying your day, or you have enjoyed your day and you are enjoying your night. Hopefully you can kick back and relax and enjoy the shit show Jerome Powell has given us. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Gotta turn on the monetization so, I can make literally $2. So thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate and love every single one of you guys to the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your educational futures and your pursuing of financial education, baby. What is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, did I not put the... Did I really? Okay, I'm like, did I really not add a thumbnail? It's kind of tripping out, but that thumbnail is correct. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go, baby. It is game time. It's game time. Look at the futures. Down 1.4% on the NASDAQ. Oh, my God. Welcome to the fucking live stream. What a way to kick it off, baby. Yo, nice hat, pimp. It's the February hat. We need to spread some love and, some financial education here and there. I think that's good for the soul. Futures, tomorrow, it's gonna be a red day. It's gonna be a red day. Woo! Hey, Short the Vix, your little YouTube. Short the Vix, your YouTube little brother. That would be dope. Short the Vix is a cool person. And neck hurts from the whiplash today. Oh my God. Yes. It was tough. I actually hit a trade I wasn't able to send in the community, and it fucking broke my heart. It broke my heart. Let me see. Like, Vlog, please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Oh, it was so fast. Like, it was so fast. I didn't even have a chance to send it out. But you're probably gonna hate me. You're probably gonna hate me. Like, within literally 1 minute, I didn't even have a chance to send it out. But I got 10 Rivian contracts, sold 5 for 1,020, sold 5 at 1,300, and then sold 5 at 1,000. So I do apologize. We're gonna hit a fat one during this volatility, like a life-changing trade. Promise you. That's a promise, buddy. But yeah, give it up to Vlog, man. Vlog is that guy. I gotta put you as a mod, bro. You're in there, baby. Let's go. Feel the love. I feel the love, baby. So, see, it's unfortunate, too, because I had to use Robinhood because I didn't have any large amounts just available because Weeble fucking likes to screw me. But these futures are nasty. We got to talk about the Fed. We got to talk about what is going on today. Because what the hell happened? Oh, my good Lord. We need God the Heavenly Father. Are you here? We need you, brother. We need you on a day like today. We need you. Are you going to be in love with another stock this year like you were with CCIV last year? Oh, I am here. I don't care if it's AMC. I don't care if it's the next stock. I want to help people make money and spread financial education because it's changed my life and it'll change everybody else's life. Oh, we'll bag the net. Let's go, baby. Woo! Yeah, Vlog, dude. Appreciate you. Love talking to you, actually. Good conversation right there. Hood, I get it. Oh, my God. I hate them. I hate them. Like when I trade options, it's so bad trying to get filled. If you buy a call, they'll usually always fill you if it's overpriced or if you're just trying to get in really quick. But when you're trying to sell, they will never fill you. I literally have to put my order in on the bid and hope I get filled above the bid. Like if the ask is 90 cents and the bid is 80, I got to put my sell order in at 80 and hope I get filled in the middle where the real price is. It's fucking stupid. But but yes, Lucid, any trade, I don't care what it is. Like honestly, I don't care what it is. I will bring it to your attention. All of your guys' attention. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. We are the retail. We are not the big money. We don't have access to information like everybody else. We got to do our part here. Brenda, baby. First female in the building. Oh, SoFi. I'm going big on SoFi. It's one of those, though, that's going to get beat up in the meantime because they're not profitable and probably will not be throughout 2022. So that's really a longer-term trade for me. Every time. Hood is terrible. Terrible. Gary G had a smile on his face the whole meeting. He helped us today. Mr. Pierce can go smoke. Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're funny. You are very funny. Let's go. This is courtesy, and I respond to all of you guys. So if you want to message me on Twitter, if you guys want to have deep conversations, link for the buy and sell alerts down below in the description of this video. But if you want to message me, and when I can respond, I do respond. I will. Trust me. But honk if you holding AMC. Eric, good old mod Eric Cuddle sent this to me. Now we all got to put this on our vehicles. We all have to. I just want to see how many honks I get. Like, how deep is this in our communities? It's going to be great. It's going to be great, baby. I was thinking about opening another Hood account to trade options only. Yeah, I don't mind options on Robinhood besides the fills. Like, the fills are terrible. Webull, you get much better fills, but Robinhood's a lot easier to actually trade. Do you trade options? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the new thing. We're gonna do like I got a hat for St. Patty's Day. We got a hat for the 4th of July. We got a hat for Valentine's Day, spreading the love. Oh, we all like the hat. There we go. Thank you, because I could sure use some help. I'm just holding and losing because I don't know futures, puts, or calls. I don't mess with futures. I don't mess with futures. Puts and calls, that's the way to go. I don't short stock either. I look at it like a covered call. If I sell a covered call, why would I buy it back? I want not all or nothing, but I like the aspect of being able to make like 2,000% returns or 1,000% returns rather than just 10% shorting stock and then buying it. It just doesn't make sense to me. But it's calculated risk, it's strategy. That's why I want to make it a part of this live stream to teach options every single night. So, you guys can get a feel. My wife likes the hat, baby. Yeah. Valentine's Day. Everybody likes the hat. Sweet. Oh, Mr. Simon in the building, baby. Let's go. It's gonna get crazy. Dude, futures were actually green substantially earlier. And they flipped. Oh, yeah. Vlog is in the Discord all the time. Just very, very active. Great, cool person. So he definitely deserves it too. I got a question. What's the difference between these morons covered now or at $10? Well, right now when the markets are going down, so So retail, believe it or not, retail is not buying retail stocks. Like your retail stocks, like ChargePoint, is down to like $10, right? These stocks that retail was buying a lot, or were buying a lot, they're not buying these anymore. They've vanished. They're holding cash, or they're in AMC. There is retail buying AMC. AMC, GameStop, those are like the two retail stocks people are buying. They're not buying other stocks. Like the data is not there. They're just not doing it. And so with that being said, they can just short the shit out of those stocks, and there's not enough buyers there to keep the price up. So it's like free money pretty much. Now, what they're going to do, which AMC is just a heavy target anyways, it's been for so long, they're just going to short it into the ground. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter when they cover. In my personal opinion, I think there's just so many shorts out there. Oh, futures are going down even more. But yeah, I don't think it really matters. I don't think there's like a price they actually will cover at. Oh my God, NASDAQ is getting clapped. Japan, Hong Kong stocks fall 2% as investors digest Fed remarks. Isn't that crazy? The whole world trades off the U.S. markets. U.S. markets are down, whole world's down. So Apple puts tomorrow. Ooh, I mean, if Apple goes, the indexes go. So I would much rather personally probably trade the indexes. I will probably grab some Apple puts with time. I want time on this because you seen what happened today. We got whiplashed back and forth, just crazy on the SPY. Like this was a whiplash. So if it's really hard to trade the options. Or like Tesla, right? It did the same thing Microsoft did. Dropped like 4, 5, 6% like Microsoft. Earnings call comes around, stock goes back up to break even. So you just got to be really careful. But if Apple this is going to be very important for Apple. Because I see Apple more as like an iPhone company, a more consumer product company. If my theory is correct and people are not spending as much money on products, they should guide for lower revenue, and that's what's going to hurt the companies. People don't care about the past quarter revenue, what they're actually reporting as far as numbers. They care about the guidance. Moomoo lets you short. Yeah, just not a big fan of shorting actual stocks like for a 10 or 20% move. With options, yes, it is I don't even see options as more risky even. I think shorting and playing options are pretty equivalent if you have a good strategy. Do you trade options on a cash account or margin account? I do have a margin account, but I have like a lot of cash. I'm like 35% cash right now. Sexiest mods in here. Every time features are green, it turns into a bull trap by mid or end of day. Exactly. Yep. Your Discord invite has expired. Yeah, we don't use that too often. We're really active in the buy and sell alerts Discord, which that's the $20 a month. I'm not trying to tax people. It's that's not what it's for. That's why it's so cheap. And we talk a lot in there and talk strategies, but I just I guess if I restarted it, then it would probably, there would be more active people. I just wasn't able to be too active in there. It was truly amazing seeing the stock exchange every time Powell spoke in the morning. Oh, yeah. Wait till the March one, too. Wait till the March meeting. It's going to be crazy. God, the Heavenly Father in the house, baby. We need some Jesus in the stock market, baby. There we go. Appreciate you. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody with a green name, too. Bro, I had puts on Tesla light drop from 960 to 906 within 5 minutes. I was about to have a freaking... I couldn't believe it. Too bad I couldn't sell at the lowest because I got distracted. Oh, so you're doing good. So we're doing good. Yeah, Tyler, show my LGB car or nah. Of course. A Camaro guy in the house. Let's go. Those Camaros got power. Seriously. And they're fucking loud. I'm a Camaro fan for sure. Yeah, that's Eric Cuddle, baby. Obviously a Camaro guy, but LGB. LGB. Dude, in Flint, you would probably get shot for that. So much respect. You know, I am like right in the middle too. Like I don't care what happens as long as we stay out of war and we're peaceful. And that's like it. Like don't crush the economy, don't make us go into a crazy World War III, and I'm happy. I don't care who is the president, but my observation, me personally, not political here, is I've seen one person ever that said they like Biden. And it makes you wonder, like how did he win the presidency? Seriously. I've seen one person since 2020. See, like everybody is LGB. Let's go, Brandon. I'm like, how? I've never seen something so skewed to one direction, to be honest. But, I get yelled at for being political and clickbait. See? See? He didn't win. There we go. Welcome back to the third ever installment of Clickbait with TCI. I kind of think that's catchy. We need a new bloodline in the office, honestly. Yeah. It's an Indian word. It means fill that effing thing up. Any person who likes to vote for Brandon. Me either. And like people that did are now more like, yo, what's going on? Biden is my hero. See, I respect everybody. Some people I know get so politically heated over just shit. Like I'm good. We should just revote on Tyler's stream for president. Oh yeah. Hey, Dr. Zeno. Oh, Dr. Zeno, no. He's funny. He's funny. I mean the shills never like. I don't know. Dr. Zeno is funny because he just hates me personally. Just hates me. Like, he's an ape, apparently, but just hates me. Evidence is out there. 5 states stop counting at 3 a.m. Come on, man. Yeah, I actually know somebody that works for UPS. Is it UPS or the post office? One of the two. I forgot. But they called him at 4 a.m., like the night that they were counting votes, to have him come take ballots to a counting center. Like after none of that shit was supposed to be happening. Zeno. Nah, that's all right. That's all right. It's February. It's times of love. We don't have time for people that want to hate people or divide people. If you come to me with like a valid argument, that's all right. I'm always, you guys know if you're here. I accept all shills and I will prove them wrong every time. I love it. Nah, that's all right, Mr. Simon. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. 10% goes to the big guy. I did the same thing 2 weeks ago. Big Lou said that if you can pass KU, if you hold past 1K, you'll be screwed. Okay, like, I don't know Lou's background, but I mean, I don't know anybody's background, but it seems like people that talk about stocks, like, I don't feel like I could have a factual conversation about macroeconomics or how the stock market actually works with them. And that's not even trying to diss them, and I won't say that in a video. I know you guys are more like, you guys are here every night most of the time, but some of the things I see are just like wild. Like, we're not going to get paid. Like, what? What are you talking about? That's never once happened in the history of the stock market, besides when Robinhood turned off the damn buy button. That's the closest thing to like not getting paid that you'll ever see. The synthetic likes on the way. No dividing here. We all love that's why the current investor is number one, baby. That's why you're number one. And Simon, shout out to the mods. Lou shouldn't be telling people what price to sell. It's very suspicious. He wants people to sell him to sell it $300 to $800 a share. Sounds like he's trying to control the squeeze. I mean, I think he just underestimates people. I think that's what it really comes down to. Maybe there's exterior motives there. I wouldn't claim that, but it just seems like kind of underestimates people. And I have full faith in you guys. Maybe not a million. Maybe not a million. Maybe people are trying to be a little greedy there. But which is nothing wrong with that. Motherfuckers are greedy every day in the stock market. But like to say 5,000-10,000 is unreasonable is no. I mean, no way. So, Mr. Simon, when does transparency rule kick in? I'm not exactly sure. I didn't hear anything about that actually happening, having a definitive. But the news we got today was very bullish. If you guys did not see this, the now private funds, like compare it to Archegos, now will have to report every day. And it covers all funds that manage over $1.5 billion of assets under management. I'm sure you guys have seen that already, but if you haven't, there's that, and that is incredibly bullish. I thought that also he likes to help them out, like he is getting paid for it. I don't know. There is some sketchy promotions, like if I showed you my email, you would be surprised at how many sketchy offers I get to promote sketchy products that I always turn down almost on a daily basis. Of what was it? There's one that contacts me at least every other day that says we'll get you 100% returns every month on your crypto to stake it with us. Like, that's sketchy. That's not a legit company. That's probably a squid coin. They're going to rug pull you and take your money. I'm not going to promote that to people unless I would use the product, and I will not use it. So, I mean, those sketchy people will pay a lot, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And he seems genuine in that aspect, but you never know, It is suspicious, but I don't think he wants to make sure everyone makes. Yeah, that too. I think it's just like not having, not believing it can go to a certain price. As you think are involved, I guess 500. And yeah, couple hundred for sure. I mean, just the positions we know about is like 200 hedge fund positions in general, so I would imagine like 500, because a lot of the people that do the over leveraging are the family funds, the private funds that don't have to report, besides once a year. And then even on that, they're not the ones that usually get audited, that have to show what they're actually doing. It's the bigger funds. It's the funds that could more or less dictate where the market goes. Like if a Bridgewater, the largest hedge fund, went out of business, or BlackRock, Bridgewater, both of those, if they went out of business, oh, you're going to feel it in the markets. That's going to be a bad situation. Then looking at chart was 20s. Rob talking. I mean, yeah. I mean, true. We are in the 20s, but if today showed people anything that we're maybe not as highly convicted, it should show people that AMC can be very explosive. And like this wasn't even anything too crazy in my opinion, but it was a explosive move. It was like almost $3. Melvin Capital about to go belly up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone needs to hold and we control the price. If Draven can hold 2 boomerang swords, we can hold the high numbers. Exactly. Shares will be held until 10 racks. Is 10K Yeah. I mean, anything is theoretically possible. I think it comes down to it, and I think everybody should have not like say. I was gonna say have a conversation with themselves, but that's like kind of borderline like crazy, right? But you should think to yourself. Better way to put that. What do you think the average person would hold on to their shares? Do some math. If people are averaged at $30 and the price went to 2,000, do you think you could psychologically hold on to that when the price is going up $50 every 5 minutes? Do you think you would? Do you think people would in general? That's how high the price will go. People 100,000, 250,000, a million. I think 5 to 10,000 is reasonable. Will I be disappointed if it went to a couple thousand, not quite 5,000? No. When it comes down to it, if you get 1,000% return on your investment, I don't think any way in hell people will be like mad or disappointed. But 800. I mean, what's up, future whale in the house, baby? Shit, fraud. If they don't have the funds, will the Fed step in and pay us? Oh, they will. I mean, worst case scenario, you're gonna get it from the DTCC, but I don't think they would let it get to that point. Like a hedge fund, or just money manager in general, private or a hedge fund, they have tentacles everywhere. It's not just like a couple places they have capital. It's everywhere, And when it comes down to it, they will get your money. Like I've never heard of, somebody not getting paid on a wild short squeeze. You've had penny stocks go from 20 cents to $30 before, on the pink sheets. But everybody still gets paid. And that's like a 30,000% return or some crazy shit. David Johnson in the building. Let's go. If they don't have the fun. My average is 41 XXX shares. Tell me some good news. The good news is, let me tell you, futures are clapped. Well, they were clapped more. They're still clapped. And the Dow is getting even more clapped. So that's not good. Well, it is good. So that's some good news, right? Because when the markets go down, that money goes into cash on the sidelines. It gets taken out of the markets. A lot of people right now, it would not surprise me if they're like, hey, I made a lot of money on my investments. I'm going to retire. I'm old. I'm going to enjoy my life. I don't want to deal with the stock market. I should sell it almost all-time highs. I'm good. So that money is gone. Like when the markets go down, money can disappear. Money can leave the markets forever. So you're looking at a situation where less liquidity is in the markets. So every day we go down is closer to the MOAS. Believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, you probably won't hear anybody else talk about this, but it's simple stock market economics, for a lack of a better word. I think Italy should give everyone here 3 shares of AMC for being loyal. Some of y'all are richer than me. But yes, I agree with that statement. Are we even going to squeeze? It's been ages. I mean, it really hasn't been that long in the grand scope of things. In June, it'll be like, a year since the highs up here, where a lot of people, if they bought in up here, are waiting to go back to there, right? So in June, it'll pretty much be a year since we got to these high prices, and that's not all that long. And we've been waiting for this moment for so long now that it's gonna be great. I mean, just look what happened to the small and mid caps today. Most of them were up a lot. Once you get a catalyst down here at the bottom when liquidity is restricted, it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good. But in the meantime, if you don't feel comfortable, then you can start buying other stocks or just hold a lot of cash. I'm just for people making the best decisions and growing their financial educations. Knowing what to do, how to trade, learn options if you don't know options. So you can play this whole ride down in the broad markets or something else. Because, shit, you could I wouldn't do this, put a lot of money just on one single trade. I've been throwing around like $1,000 trades, being quick to take losses or take profits. But, you can trade like that as well on the side and even make more than your AMC position. And then it's like you just made made your whole AMC position free. So there's other things you can do in the meantime. I wouldn't just sit there, me personally. If I had all my money in AMC, I would probably deposit some more money, learn how to trade options, and trade this volatility. So I'm not just sitting there waiting for this, but that's there ready to go. My personal opinion. What's the next support for SPY? Good question. We go 433. I believe, what's the SPY? The SPY's probably gonna open. Where were we at? I don't believe Webull shows the after hours actual price. Indicating what futures are showing us right now, down about 1.44%. We're probably going to open at this lower end range, like 430, 428-ish. Maybe I'm a little bit off on that, but 420 is that level to be watching for. I've had 420 marked for a while, and that's where we hit 420, $420.76, and bounced straight back up. That's that day we recovered very hard, and that's going to be your support. 420, if we break under 420, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming down. We're coming down probably to about 400. Flipping homes and Shiba. Yeah. Would you buy puts on the S&P for April? Yeah, we were looking at that. Was it you I was looking at? Last night I was looking at the April puts, and yeah, the premium looks pretty good. It's not super outrageous, but you have to buy them super expensive. You have to buy at least the 400 puts, or to the puts that are right out of the money. Like, you can't go further out the money, or it's just a ripoff. But we were looking last night, and the $400 put for April was $1,000. Your break even's $390. I think that's pretty reasonable given the state of everything. And after Powell, oh my gosh, Powell, there's a lot. Federal Reserve points to interest rate hikes coming in March. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday provided the clearest hint yet that it could start raising interest rates as soon as March. In quotes, with inflation well above 2% and a strong labor market, the committee expects it will soon be appropriate to raise the target range for the federal funds rate for the federal funds rate. The central bank said in a statement that concluded its two-day meeting this week. Jerome Powell said asset purchases are likely to halt in March, and the federal bank released a paper outlining principles to start significantly reducing the bond holdings on its balance sheet without indicating a specific time frame. So basically, it's up for interpretation, but market participants are pricing in that it's going to kind of happen at the same time. Jerome Powell said a lot of back and forth things in this statement or in his press conference today, but it was very hawkish. He said, because I watched the whole thing, hardly had enough time to watch the whole thing. He said that they're going to be primarily raising interest rates to try to control inflation. And he said that they're going to start letting their assets run off their balance sheet. So what the Fed does is they buy the short-term treasury bonds. So they'll buy the 2-year treasury bonds. They've done that since March of 2020. So what's happening now is 2 years later, those are maturing. The Fed will get that money back, but they're not going to reinvest that back into bonds. So it's going to make the 10-year treasury rate, bond, treasury note, whatever you want to call it, go up, and it's going to go down, and it's going to cause the rates to go up because the bonds act like a dividend stock. So that's going to happen at the same time. So that's two forms or two ways the Fed takes money out of the economy. And what really got the markets today, and what markets are reacting to, I believe, in after hours, besides the Ukraine stuff, besides everything else that is going on, they are reacting to the fact that there's so much to unwind. But he said, what was I gonna say? That I fucking lost where I was going, but assume that force transparency regulation regs. I guess I just need new sheets. Oh. Okay, I remember. He said that he was asked by somebody, obviously I don't know what their name was, doesn't really matter, that if they need to raise interest rates more, will they raise them more? And he said the economy would support raising interest rates at a faster pace if they have to. So that kind of got markets. And he basically left markets to figure it out for themselves. He's not coming in to bail out the markets. Yeah, Liz Clements. We don't use the free Discord. Just people weren't very active, and people just opted to go for the paid route, which is $20 a month. You get access to all of my trades. People source their trades, and we source information over there, and you can talk to me one-on-one. People were more active in that than in the free Discord, so I just stopped doing it. But yeah, the Fed just is not going to help the markets. And the balance sheet runoff, that's very important because the Fed controls the short end of the curve. So they control really the 3 months out. They keep it low, or they control it however they want. And they also have been doing the other bonds as well, but they control the shorter term. So they really have a lot of 2-year bonds on their balance sheet that are now maturing, and they're going to let those run off. And that is really what the markets paid attention to. They don't care as much about raising rates, the federal funds rate. They cared more about the balance sheet, because we've never seen a balance sheet this high. And also what caused the markets to drop a lot is that Fed Jerome Powell, he said that balance sheets are a new thing to them as well as market participants, because the federal balance sheet is a new thing. But I think investors kind of interpreted it like they don't really know what they're doing as far as the balance sheet. Because, like I said, it is very new. The balance sheet has never been this high forever, you know? total assets. See, like 2008, it was only, $800 billion, like flat. That's was normal then. Normal now is like probably, 4 billion or 4 trillion. That's where they want to get it, in between 3.5 and 4 trillion dollars. So up here, they don't really know what to do, and that freaked out markets as well. I always do with SCS. Horrible track record of enforcing regulations. We'll see what develops. Oh yeah, they're not the greatest. Fed Jerome Powell did say that they are concerned about money managers, though, when he was asked questions about the markets and how he thinks that will affect the economy and what he would do if he would slow down the pace of this. And he answered. He said that we don't see any reason, to slow that down due to what the markets are doing. So he basically said that unless the markets fall like substantially, like 35 to 50% or even more than that, they're not going to step in because the real economy is so good. But he did say the SEC has been putting up a lot of good proposals to manage money managers, to enforce new regulations. And he said that would be one issue because they control money that the population, us, have put with them, that would be affected if the markets went down substantially. So I thought that was pretty interesting that he was calling out hedge funds, money managers. Hear ya, boss. Or am I gonna have to sell my elderly mother? I'll give you the shares. No. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I got an uncle. I can sell. Jeez. SEC is proposing a proposed notion of the perceived rule that might someday be voted for proposal. They're always up to something. We'll buy and address the apes or sweep MOS under the rug. I mean, when it does start to go crazy, I think they will. I have a pickled liver want to trade. You guys are funny. I was nervous as hell. Powell was. I mean, this is a total reversal 360 from what he has been. Powell is usually the guy that's relaxed and chill and not trying to freak out the markets. To get shorted like we have never seen the next 35 to 45 days. There is no interest. Hold on for the ride. It's going to be a bad, rough. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. I think another thing to point out through all of this volatility is that AMC really has been slowing down. Like my price prediction by Sunday, who knows if it'll remain true. My price prediction was $15, around that $15 range. And we have held above that throughout all of this volatility. Look at the green candles. We've still had, pretty positive days considering everything else that has happened in the market. So I think the sell-off is slowing down and will slow down as the markets fall. Like, I said this a couple times, probably too many times, but the markets are already in a deep bear market. The only thing that has not went are the mega cap stocks, which control the indexes. They were actually talking about this on CNBC today as well, because you guys know I watch a lot of videos. I like to get a lot of different opinions. They were saying that we're basically talking about the concentration that the top 5 stocks have in the S&P. That's over 36% of the S&P, the fact that they are still up over the past year, and what happens if Apple misses their earnings and they fall, which Apple controls almost 12% of the markets. They were saying that's a huge risk, and that could drive us down another 10, 15, 20%, which is kind of what I've been saying, what hopefully other people have been saying too. Every rally attempt all week. Yeah, they're going to, but I think it makes the situation better when it comes down to it. We want the short interest, the manipulation as high as possible until we get to the actual MOAS. At least in my eyes. At least in my eyes. Oh yeah, futures clapped. Still, it was prickle with light beer, so it won't be too heavy. Someone mentioned the other day that your Discord link was not working properly. You should check it out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying it in here too, so I should probably try it out again and start it up, but we just don't use it all too much. We have the buy and sell alerts, and I want to change the name because I don't like saying that 24/7. I want to call it something else, but isn't there relatively still below? I can't tell them. Oh, CNBC is fake news, and Apple will not fall unless the leaders of NATO want it to. Yeah, I don't really look at CNBC for like actual news, just like financial news. And not even at that. They don't update their websites too much after like 5 o'clock. They really don't start. Like CNBC is like market hours only. That's pretty much it. Asia Pacific markets declined on Thursday as investors digest an overnight update from the U.S. Federal Reserve. The Federal Open Market Committee said a quarter percentage point increase to its benchmark short-term borrowing rate is likely forthcoming. Inflation stateside is running at its hottest level in nearly 40 years. Yeah, and Federal Powell also did say that raising rates more than a quarter percent is not off the table too, and that freaked out investors. Apple was just fined $5 million for something, and I didn't get to read the article. Yo, another stock to check out is Sava, just an FYI. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Casanova Sciences. I've traded this one before. I believe you have a lot of insiders buying on this, so it's a really good sign. You're right, and I agree. 14.15 looks like bottom for AMC. I loaded the boat and ST when I seen 180 bottom. Yeah, I think the stocks that are down like 60%, like look at DraftKings. That thing was up like 20% earlier in the day. It's because they've been sold off just so hard. Like the company's still there. The stock price is not reflective of how the company is doing. So it's like at a certain point, they will get bought back up, but tomorrow is going to be very, very bloody. The NASDAQ down 1.71% and the Dow is down 1.23%. Just so you guys know for future reference, the more matched up the futures are, like the NASDAQ compared to the Dow, the harder the sell-offs tend to be. So the fact that the Dow is down 1.31% and the NASDAQ is down, 1.83%. It's more matched up than we have seen in a while. Usually it's the NASDAQ that's up or down a lot. The Dow's kind of, the lagger behind, but you're seeing it much more closely correlated, just deep in the red right now. You got to wait until the 5 big hammer before any attempt to rally is sustained. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the big 5, Shit, Tesla's probably going to get hammered in the morning too. But most importantly, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Nvidia, Tesla. If I said Tesla, but the top companies, the top 5 to 10 companies, yeah, once they go, everything goes. Never listen to Jim Cramer. He said always listen to Jim Cramer. Dude, Jim Cramer is literally a joke. Is such a joke, man. He will tell you to buy at the top the whole time the markets are hitting all-time highs, tell you to buy the whole time, and then when the markets are down in the shitter, he's telling you to sell stocks that are down 60 to 70%. Maybe they're not profitable, but maybe they'll be huge companies in 5 to 10 years, but you're telling people to sell them? Don't agree at all. Don't agree at all. Not a fan. My neck brace ready for tomorrow now. What's up, Financial Journey in the house, baby? Want to see Jim Cramer in an ape suit? One has for more than 75% on royalties. See the opposite of what Jim Cramer says. Buy puts on anything he says to buy. That's honestly not a bad strategy. To be 100% honest. I wish somebody like kept track of maybe somebody does kept track of what he said to buy and track the performance, because terrible. A lot of people waiting on this and deal to be another MOS, but that stock getting delisted at the end of the week unless it cracks one day. Oh, they'll do a reverse split. And then a year from now, they'll do another one. And everybody will keep losing. I don't know much about the actual company, besides they do actually have products that people buy. The problem is in 2017, once the weed bubble started, those companies expanded way too fast and realized there wasn't the demand for it. What does that remind you of? That reminds you of what I've been talking about, almost to a point where it's annoying, is due to the stimulus in 2021. Once 2022 comes around and you start to get even Q1 2022 earnings, you're going to see declines in a lot of companies' revenue. And then that's going to really freak out investors. So on top of all of this Fed shit, on top of everything else, after that fear kind of dies down, you're going to get those earnings in May and April. And then the numbers are going to look bad. I mean, definitely by the second and third quarters, we do have like the second half of the child tax credit coming pretty soon and tax returns. So that should give it a boost. But definitely by the mid to end of the year, the numbers, like looking at, let's say, Apple's revenue, for imaginary sakes, say Apple had $100 billion of revenue, or Microsoft had $50 billion of revenue. But Microsoft now, this year, in 2022, only has $45 billion of revenue. That's going to freak people out. Because the large cap stocks are still priced to perfection. I mean, they're still at very high multiples. So if they're not up to par with earnings, you're going to see the markets coming down. And that's a main logic of my bear thesis for the next coming. I mean, it sucks to say, but really all of it, until investors get used to low earnings that are coming, I see the markets in a very choppy range. And that's good for AMC. Don't get it twisted there. That's good for AMC, as liquidity will be drying up, going away. People will be retiring. IPOs will not be happening. There will be money that is taken out of the system. But that bounce is going to be something for the history books. Love the lights in the back. There we go. I actually can't find the remote. It grew legs and walked away. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind. Hope you guys like them. I only hold a small amount of AMC. I'll need to hold 15K. Otherwise, I'm dead. Oh, no. It's not good. I'm tired of looking at the line. The amount of agree with AMC is disheartening, but I'll still hold with diamond hands. But it's yeah, and that's what I would suggest to people, is not selling. Obviously, you don't want to sell at the bottom and lose money, because you're selling into probably mid to peak fear. But I would suggest to everybody, learn options, learn something else to be able to make you money on the side. It's like your main job. You probably don't want to leave your main job, but would you say no to a side hustle that paid you half the amount of your normal job? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't say, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. That's what essentially options can be. You can play the upside and the downside, so it doesn't even matter what kind of markets you're in. Buy high, sell low. That's exactly what happens, though. That's exactly what happens. People buy high, and then they sell low. Like, quite literally. I was actually telling my mom about that, because she doesn't invest in stocks or anything. I'm like, it's disappointing to see what goes on, and different people have different strategies. But if you're a long-term investor, like, this is a blessing. I mean, this is a blessing to me. It should be to all of you guys too. We've wanted the money sucked out of the system. Hedge funds, they've been able to cover their margin calls whenever they want. Now they won't be able to as much. Prickled liver group. You think we fall lower tomorrow? Oh, certainly. But I don't expect big drops, you know. Like do you see it's very visually obvious to see like these candles, right? A lot of these are really big candles, like moving down from $35 down to a low of $26. $11 move, right? Pretty much. Or $9 move. Whatever. All these big candles. Do you see the candles now? They're very small. Wide ranges, but they're small. The actual candle here, not including the wicks, the highs and the lows, are small. The sell-off is decreasing and getting smaller. That means you're getting closer to that fundamental valuation. If not, you're already under it. So it's like, why would I sell a stock that's fundamentally worth 20 at 15? You know? So I hope people rest assured in that aspect. And then one time, $24. I hope they don't get delisted. Yeah, S&DL is funny. That bucket hat he's wearing, is that for Valentine's Day? That is for Valentine's Day. It's got a bunch of hearts because we need to spread the love and the positivity. We do. So your cat walked off with the remote. Oh, I want to leave my main job. That's why I'm here. Exactly, too. You know, I still have another job that I work sometimes. A lot of other things, rental properties, all of that. You know, just as much as you can do at one time, do it. Trust me, you'll thank yourself down the line. For real, learn options. I bought a call MC today. My investment was up 120%. Yeah, I mean, the trade that I hit earlier today was granted, it was too fast to even send out an alert, but this was 1,000 into 1,300 profit in like literally 2 minutes. Like literally 2 minutes. Not even. Maybe it was like a minute. The news came out, bought the trade, it instantly shot up. You know, so there's a lot of opportunities, and one of my favorite sayings that I've basically made up is options give you options in life, in your trading strategies. Like, you could hit a trade with options that will change your life. That will change your life. I watched somebody take $500 into $55,000 during the crash of 2020. If they would have put 10 grand in there, that would have been $1 million. 10 grand into $1 million. I mean, the trade that I hit on Redfin in 2020, just for shits and giggles, I want to see. Right? What was that? 15 into 3,000. So divided by just like 20. Yeah, so if I'd have put 5 grand on that trade in March on Redfin, I would have made $1 million. It was $15 into 2,500. 5 grand in there would have turned into $1 million. Crazy. That's options. You don't hit those every day, but when you do, but yeah, playing options give you more money to buy AMC. Exactly. And there's so many different strategies. Like, One might work for you, one might not. There's so many. But then you'll find like a couple of them are really good for you. A lot of people just like to sell premium, sell calls, sell puts. I love to sell calls, but I'm not doing it at the bottom of the markets. And like passive income, that's passive income. That's free. You can't lose on selling a covered call. You can lose additional profits, but say you have SoFi at 12 at $15 a share. If you sell a $20 covered call, you agree to sell your stock at $20. You collect a premium. Worst case scenario, you walk away with free premium and you have to sell your shares for a profit. How the fuck do you lose on that? You can lose potential gains. Bro, is AMC going up soon? Oh, I mean, I hope so, just because you said that. And just because I feel for everybody that wants the stock to go straight up. But I mean, yes and no. Like, yes, we are going to go up, but I think it's going to be very short-lived until we get the Fed rate hikes starting, because the markets react very well once rate hikes start, right? Because the market is a forward-looking instrument. So they're trying to price in what's going to happen next. What do we have to look forward to? If we know have a clear set path for this is going to happen, at this time with very little unknown about that, about rates going up, markets will rally. We have to get past March, likely see some pain for maybe a week, and then that's when you're going to have the green light for the markets to rally. But if you're in the same boat as me, you want as much money to be sucked away from the hedge funds as possible. And as the markets go down, that's what happens. So how high would be short-lived? Probably mid-20s. Honestly, I don't understand options, but I like to learn since I am hopefully temporarily disabled at home in bed almost every day. Yeah, I would just watch videos. I mean, best app for options. The easiest app, which I hate to say this, is definitely Robinhood. They're just easy. I mean, they will tell you like what you're doing. No app is gonna do that. Robinhood will tell you, hey, if you're buying this, you have the right to buy 100 shares by this price. If not, it will expire worthless. Like, it walks you through options. But, I mean, once you get more advanced into options, then I would suggest going to different platforms. But that's the easiest platform to learn off of. Webull, these other ones, like looking at Robinhood's options, like looking at this, right, is a lot easier than looking at this. Long story short. Don't say Robinhood out loud, though. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are good sports about it. Because I really don't care as long as people are making money. What's it really matter if you make money when it comes down to it? That's the whole goal. I fucking hate Robinhood more than anybody. I think the fucking app is going to eventually go out of business. But, if somebody could learn options and change their life, I'm not going to be the guy that's too scared to say, oh, don't use Robinhood and don't change your life. I will never say that to anybody. So I appreciate you guys for being good sports about it. Well, that puts just like you did. How you think it's going to go? Chief 400 SPY 125 Apple puts update, please, on your thoughts. Which ones? Dan Kesey. Which ones again? $400 SPY. I mean, I mean, we're down 2% on NASDAQ futures, and the Dow's down 1.5%. So I think all puts are going to look very well tomorrow. Hey, I'm ready to take the training wheels off and go to Weeble. Yeah, Weeble is so much better for fills. That's really my thing that really sucks. Like when you're trying to get into a trade fast and Robinhood's like not filling you, that's the most annoying thing ever. And it cost me 14,000 in 15,000 in potential profits I lost on those Peloton puts that I was trying to get filled on. And I would have had time to send that alert out. Vlog would have had time to send that out and everything, and just nothing. Just would not fill me. Not even at the bid or the ask. Just wouldn't do it. It's too poor. I mean, I would definitely get out of them by the end of the week. For sure. The $400 puts. I mean, those could if okay. Let me show you. With options, right? If we break under 420, this prior low, those premiums on those SPY puts are going to jack up through the roof. Say tomorrow we start going down to, like 419, 415, somewhere, just anywhere under 420, and the premiums are going to jack up. Really, if we go under 427, these prior levels, the premiums jack up. That's like if you buy a put, right, and the stock bounces, and then the stock goes under the previous low for the day, it starts to shoot the premiums back up. Because the markets, when they're pricing these, it's the market makers. So when they're pricing them and you buy a put and then it bounces, the price of the stock bounces, it's like, hey, the uncertainty's gone, the stock's going to go up. When it goes down to a new low, it's like, how low is it going to go? They start freaking the fuck out and they start jacking premiums up. So, yeah, I would probably get out of it by the end of the week. I would definitely probably hold it because it's probably down a lot. Will Robinhood take stock money from your holdings if you lose an option? They won't like sell stock for you. No, if you lose on an option, no. But if you do something like sell a cover call but you don't have the shares, or sell a put but you don't have the shares or the money, it'll hold that money for you, and it'll hold the shares for you. So if you have 100 shares of, I'm just going to use SoFi again, and you sell a $20 cover call and collect that premium, it's not going to let you sell the shares unless you sell the covered call first. But no, if you just lose, it's called naked options. So it's not backed by anything. You're basically just betting on a direction. What I really like in this environment, but I like it more skewed to the bear side, is buying calls and puts. Like it's called a strangle. So you're strangling it on both sides. But you can get clapped on that if you get this kind of activity going on. Strangles work very well when the stock goes in one direction or the other, whether it's the upside or the downside, because one of your calls or one of your puts will do better and outweigh the one that's losing. If it does this, a cuckening, just back and forth, it'll get clapped. Yeah, if you guys want, more guidance, mentoring, all of that, the link is always down there in the description of this or in any of the videos, the pinned comments, all of that. And that's where it's, easier to answer one-on-one questions and go over things more. But if not, that's what the live streams are for. Oh, I got so many golden nuggets. It's crazy. Like options investing. That's like a passion of mine, right? So I don't know. I'm weird, and I call myself weird because normal people don't like this kind of stuff. But it's like it kind of feels like going to a casino, but with strategy involved and risk management. Lately, I've just been fucking going for Hail Marys, but um, lately I've been getting more time on the contracts because I'm like, realize it's going to be a lot of up and down. We're not just getting that flash crash, which I was kind of hoping for. But yeah, options definitely a passion. Nope, nope, nope. Asian markets fall. Everything's falling. Oh, yeah. Jeez, look at that. Down 3.44%, 2.18%, 2.59%. Shanghai 0.88%, and 2.77%. Yeah, they're getting clapped. Oh, it's going to be tough. Oh, man, dude. Jeez. What about an iron, flying, poor Connor, battering options? New here, had to jump in. You people better know what you have. Absolutely strong support at 12 breaks. That could possibly go to 2. Not likely. No, no, no. I think we have a lot of support around 15. And then, dude, if we go to 10, you're going to see tons of support. It's going to fight. Like, I don't think there's no way we go to 10. To be 100% honest, I would not put my money on going to $10, even during a big market crash. Like, we've seen the pain already. It's like beating a dead horse. Like, why would you do that? It's fucking dead, right? That's kind of what's going on now. Like, if you're a short seller, would you rather bet on something that has meat on the bone, or would you rather go for something that has, like, no meat on the bone left? You've already sucked it dry. Optionstrat.com will show you how to build option contracts. Real easy to navigate. Yeah, I've never seen that, but yeah, there is some really helpful tools out there. Webull, well, Thinkorswims. Thinkorswim is really good too. Like, if anybody's on Thinkorswim, which that is another good platform if you're a little bit more advanced with options. Like, it'll say when you're looking at the option chain, it'll say in yellow on the side MM, and that's market maker, right? So that's what the market maker is pricing in, and it'll give you a percentage. So if you're looking at like the March contracts, if you're looking at March puts, it might say 4%. March SPY puts, it'll say 4% on the put side. So the contracts are priced in for a 4% move to the downside. You can also do this as well, but you actually have to do the calculation, which I'll show you guys in a second. It's not very fun to do, but yeah, it'll tell you the percentage. So if the markets move down more than that, essentially you'll win. If they don't, you'll lose. A little bit deeper than that, but that's pretty much how it goes. They just look at GME 52-week range. I'll take that bet all day. Exactly. About $15 AMC puts for this Friday at 15,500 credits, baby. Ooh. Yeah, $15 puts. I mean, yeah. I personally I'm just not a fan of buying, which is so contrary to what you're supposed to do. I just usually don't like buying well, I guess I really just don't like buying puts on AMC, because I just don't like to bet against people that are with their only goal of holding the stock. Like, and I just don't think there's that much meat on the bone, because contracts, if you don't have that much time, they need to go into the money. And I think it's just going to be very hard. How to do the EMAs and such. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like actually charting it on the on like a phone, but if you're on a computer, a little bit different. I personally like Webull's charts. So if I was, using Thinkorswim on a computer, then I would just use Weeble Charts and trade off of it. But Thinkorswim has really good fills. Oh, yeah, that's a bunch of different. Yeah, they lay it all out. Optionstrat.com. I'm definitely going to have to check in on that too. See, I like to mix a lot of them. Like I do, obviously, the novice, some of the intermediates like bull put spread, you know, but I call them different things. Strangles, straddles, collars, all those. Then like short straddles, short strangles, stuff like that. But usually only in times of high volatility. But yeah, those that's a interesting. That's cool. Thank you for that. I think a lot of people will benefit from that. Hit that like button. It's free 99. Vlog said it the best, baby. We're in overtime right now. We usually cut it off at 11, but I'm having fun talking about options. Yo, what's good, brother? Yeah, you do get quick fills on Thinkorswim. Quick fills. You have to pay like 65 cents a contract, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Here's that E-Trade. I think both of them you have to pay for. Just a little bit. But if the fills are if the contracts are 65 cents, but you're saving like a couple dollars on each fill compared to like Robinhood, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Love them. Love it. Smash like to get golden nuggets in overtime, baby. Get some tendies. Newbies at trading should practice paper trading to get a feel for how the markets work. Yeah, see, I like paper trading, but it's the thing paper trading lacks is the emotions behind it. And I know obviously you sound like you've been trading for a little while too. Like it's so easy to YOLO a bunch of fake money on options and you don't have that emotional backing behind it. And that's the hardest thing to figure out and dial in your risk management, how to protect your capital and play things smartly, if that makes sense, because emotions are the biggest part of trading in my personal opinion. It's like to know when to cut losses, take profits, all that. I usually like to play things small. And so, lately I've been playing them bigger, but I've been quicker to kind of get initial profits back. I got clapped on Facebook puts though. So, I mean, that Rivian kind of made up for it. But, yeah. But paper trading is good to get the feel of it. Like to know what you're doing. But like people that have never traded options before, I like in my real life, people that I talk to, which nobody trades options that I know and talk to, but people that have tried, I always tell them, just use a small amount, put like $15 on a contract. Obviously I help them a little bit, but put like $15 on a contract and then go from there. Don't go put $1,000 on your first option. Options will let you know who you are. Oh, yeah. You'd be like, fuck, damn it. Yeah, play a big part in AMC holds considering where it once was. Oh, 100%. 100%. It does play a big role on AMC, just in general too. When the markets are going down and AMC's going down, it's like everything's just falling through the floor. It's tough. I I think a lot of people in general, I think even a lot of like other creators, like I've said, like have not been investing in the markets for all too long. That's why they say like you won't get paid. Like, come on, dude. You will get paid. Like, so many things are like novice investor things that people say that uh are like, what? I do know Short the Vix has been in the markets for a while though, because I've seen him in other uh trading channels that I've seen before I actually knew he was on YouTube. So I know he knows what he's talking about, but for other people, not so much. But yeah, just in general, these times are tough. But a lot of people are used to the markets just going up, which I mean, it's about damn time. Spy just, uh, you know. But it's very easy to make money when the markets are just going up. This is like the last thing you want. Is hold on, let me find it. Just this this type of shit is the last thing you want. Just up and down, never choosing a direction. So right now, especially trading options, you want to be in and out. Like me personally, I really don't want to hold anything overnight, especially on the call side. I do have Microsoft puts that I think will hit really good. I have February 18th, 250 Microsoft puts that are down like 47% right now. But I do think they are going to hit very nice. And that's why I got the extra time. That's why I've held them for a couple of days. But if you have fat profits by the end of the day, take it. Take it. Because you might open and it's going in the totally different direction. And the damn theta, too. If a contract's less than, like, a month and a half out, you'll wake up and be down 5 to 10% most of the time. Great. YouTubers. Yeah. Keenan seems good. Yeah, I actually like watching him. Yeah, I actually like watching him. I used to watch him a lot. I probably should again. That motherfucker can talk. I mean, I can do full videos in one stretch too. It takes a lot of brain power. I'm like, he can do it too. YouTubers are great. The sheep are the problem. Not quite sure what you mean by that, but kind of. In and out like I do with my women. We love our women. Ah, yeah. Eric Cuddle in the house, baby. Let's go. Oh, always a good time. Everyone who started trading the past year were so accustomed to the markets up most days, and now the market's carrying. It's a big shock to them. Yeah. I mean, the only day that I've really had a big shock was that almost 5% day. And that was like shocking in a way. I'm like, damn, are we going to get another market halt? In March, one of the days we had two halts in one day. And that was like, dude, what the fuck? And I had already been investing in the market since 2017, but 2 halts in a day, down 10% on the indexes. Once that happens, it's like nothing can really phase you. But once you get close to those halts, it's very exciting. Like I don't get fearful when the markets are falling. I find it very exciting. Like I'm about to go on a roller coaster or something. It's like, woo, let's go. When is Moas happening, bro? I'm dying waiting. I would I would try to like get the emotions in line. Um, when it comes down to that, and like we were saying too, if you're dying waiting, then start like trading options, learning about other things you can do, you know. But my guesstimate is in 2022. With the markets falling, that's what I want to see is the markets fall. If the markets come down to 400 to 365 on the SPY, and then the meme stocks start to rally and shorts start to cover because of some catalyst, they're not going to have money to postpone their covering. They're going to have to cover once they're just like any other person would get a margin call. They will get margin called and they will be forced to cover. Like literally forced to cover. They will not have a say in it. Right now they have a say still, even. The markets are not down all too much in reality. We're down to where we were in October. Let that sink in. We're a little bit higher than where we were in October. That was not that long ago. So once you get down to these liquidation levels, full on that's kind of what we've been seeing, but you'll know. You will know. That's when things will get crazy. Get crazy. That's when I think the MOAS will happen. Just like we seen in 2008, the year of the most short squeezes was because of money dried up. Be surprised to see the Nasdaq or Dow hit the halt threshold soon. That would be so exciting. I would be just, oh man, be like a kid in Chuck E. Cheese. Like, what the hell? It's cheesing. Walk around all day cheesing. Like, yo, do you see the markets fell 7%? What? Everybody was freaking out in 2020, but there was a lot of fear. Like, what's this virus gonna do? Crazy. The short interest is so high in AMC. How are they holding their shorts? Because when like they pay the cost to borrow, so as long as they have money to service their debt, their loan, then they're good, right? If a hedge fund has a payment, let's throw out random numbers, of $5 million, but they have $1 billion, well, they could keep paying that $5 million like years and would never be forced to cover. Just for, a random example here. So once that money goes down, if they had 50 million, that 5 million is 10%. That looks a lot different than having $1 billion. So, as long as they can make their payments, nobody cares. But there is calculations and intraday margin calls that happen to hedge funds, likely all the time. And once that starts to happen in a more significant way when the markets fall, that's when they're forced to cover. But that's why they haven't been forced to cover, is because there is just so much money they have. And that's like your business, right? So a hedge fund is a business. Like Citadel, they, like these other hedge funds, they can draw on lines of credit too. I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. And that's also more payments that come out on top of everything else. So eventually, as the markets fall, they won't be able to service those debts. It's just like anything else. Volatility equals quick money. Bear market is no fun. Yeah, when puts are harder to play statistically than calls, because the markets tend to go up over time, and put premium tends to decay a lot more because of it. So like a call and a call will tend to hold up a lot better than a put, because expectations are of the market's going to bounce. The market's going to bounce. The market's going to bounce when, you know, in all reality, it doesn't have to. It's just kind of the expectation. Tyler's setting the bar high tonight. Let's go, baby. Hype Hero is called unlimited funds on the short seller side. Yeah. Here, Melvin sold everything because they were down so far. No. Where'd you see that? This transparency had to happen as well. Yeah, the transparency helps a lot. A lot. So no loss until the summer. I mean, the first rate hike is going to be in March, and I think that will kind of, as long as it's just 0.25%, I mean, it should drive it will drive the markets down a little bit more, I think. But we're in a weird limbo state from now until March where the markets don't really have a reason to bounce. And you know, I try to look at the bullish and the bearish side. So like I was thinking today, why would the markets actually bounce? And I'm on the bearish side as far as revenue increasing in 2022 compared to the last 2 years without stimulus. I think that's not going to happen. So I'm pretty bearish on fundamental earnings growth in 2022 for a lot of companies. Some will be decent, some will be good, but most I think will be bad because people don't have money to spend on the latest this and that. And we're seeing that. The Fed came out with a report that said people are spending less money on things that are not necessary. So, I mean, when you look at it like that, maybe, but I don't necessarily think we have to be at the bottom of the markets to see this liquidity situation, right? If we see AMC pop and we're just here, like down here, like I don't think we have to be like way just cratered at the bottom to see this play out like I'm saying. But I could be wrong. I mean, they could have just fucking the banks in their back pockets. I don't really think that makes sense, though. This stuff is crazy. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would have nobody to talk to about this stuff. Exactly, Elwood. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I have nobody to talk. That's I started YouTube for 2 reasons: to talk to people and spread financial education, but really just to talk and have conversate with people, share my thoughts on stuff, because nobody else I know is interested in personal finance and stocks and real estate, nothing. They watch me do it, and that's all fine, but it'd be cool to talk to somebody about it and share ideas and toss things around. And that's what I really desired in that aspect. And then I figured, hey, if something happened to me, there's going to be videos on YouTube my daughter could watch, right? So that was really the main point of starting YouTube. And then, I mean, once I started, I just realized that I loved it. Like, this is what I love doing. Like, I love doing this. I will never stop. I don't care. I don't care who likes me or hates me. I won't stop. I just love doing it. Like I tell people, I'm like if you don't love what you do every day, I mean, just don't do something just for the money. And then they're like, who loves what they do every day? I'm like, me. I'm excited to wake up. I don't even want to sleep. I fucking love what I do. Every day I love what I do. So I guess I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate in that way. Have a green day tomorrow. Been 18 red days in a row. Oh, no. Well, not with, I mean, if we go green tomorrow, dude, the live stream tomorrow, I'm going to be freaking out. I'm going to be screaming and fucking tripping out. Because we're already making history with the amount of times. Well, we almost made history for the first time ever, being down over 2% and recovered positive by the end of the day. That happened back here. Obviously, we were down about 5% at almost 5% at the lowest on the NASDAQ right there. And then also, what was it, today? No, this day. Yeah, we were down like 2 or 3% and almost closed positive, but we did have that move towards the end of the day. That would have been the first 2 times in history the markets have been down over 2% in a day and have recovered by the end of the day to go positive. So we are in a very uncharted waters as far as back-to-back big volatile moves from negative to positive, positive to negative. This just doesn't happen. I don't think tomorrow is going to be a green day, though, across anything. Like I said on the video earlier, too, it's going to take a while, a couple days, couple trading days, for people to fully digest what to expect with the Fed. If I were to imagine, the green day would probably be on Monday, because people chill out over the weekends. They realize, hey, maybe it's not as bad as we think. Maybe we should buy some stock, and that. The Trader Live TV channel. Oh, no, I don't. Kind of looks familiar, though. One thing I've learned from the stock market in the past year is only legal if you're not rich. Yeah, it's hard out there for a retail guy. Imagine locking up a population, giving them money, and start advertising gaming apps to trade, marketing, liquidity, conspiracy. I think not. Yeah, a lot of that money actually went into the markets. A lot of people started around then, which was great. I mean, that's the best thing that could have happened to most people. I think they got this sour end of the stick, though, in some ways, but war could make it bounce. I mean, some people are saying if not us, but if Russia invades Ukraine, some analysts are saying expect another 10% drop from here. Oil would probably go insane, and I would make a trade on oil. But some analysts are calling for a 10% to 10 to 15% drop if Russia were to invade Ukraine. Like, that's moving the markets a lot. He said Eric's on to something. Don't DRS shares, too hard to get them out if MOAS. Yeah, I'm not a fan of all of that stuff, All war in Ukraine is going to do is spike oil. See, I didn't even see her message. We're on the same page. Yep, spike oil and gas prices. Yeah, that would be a really good trade. I'm even considering making the problem is everybody's talking about $100 oil, that it's likely priced into the options already. So I've been kind of waiting for oil to dip down, but oil did hit its highest level since pre-pandemic today. Or was that yesterday? Today or yesterday? I get days mixed up looking at numbers and charts and data all day. But it just over the past day or two hit its high. I believe that was earlier today at about $85 a barrel. And you just have everybody pricing that in. Once oil does drop, which it looks like oil on the futures at least is down almost, close to 1%. Tomorrow could be a good day to pick up a trade, but you're still going to need oil to shoot up, which it'll probably go over $100 a barrel, but especially, you're going to have a crazy day if in oil if Russia invades Ukraine. That's like in 2020 when oil went negative. Fucking nuts. Oil went negative, almost $40 a barrel. There was actually London-based traders that profited like $600 million off of that. There's a documentary-style video on it. Wonder that theory on a grander scheme. Through the first 3 weeks of January, the fund's portfolio was down in in the teens by percentage. These people said the fund, which started the year with 11.7 billion in assets under management. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They've been getting clapped. They've been. It's been tough for Melvin. You don't fuck with retail. Come on. We can only tell him so many times or show him so many times. Does the VIX update 24/7? Not overnight that I'm not that I'm overnight that I'm aware about. Let me see. Come on. Fuck you. Are you shitting me? What's going on? Okay, it doesn't want to give me a, Jeez. Fucking motherfuckers. I hate Fintel. The Big Shorts. Frigid start to 2022 for hedge funds. Melvin, D1, Tiger Global, and more suffered double-digit losses amid stock market plunge. Are down. People according to the matter. Melvin has substantially reduced risk amid a market sell-off that's whacked growth stocks. Melvin and D1 sustained substantial losses last January, as well as amid the Reddit trading frenzy. Melvin Capital is once again staring down double-digit losses to start the new year. Throughout the first 3 weeks of January, the fund's portfolio, which was down in the teens by percentage, these people said. The fund, which started the year with 11.7 billion in assets under management, has substantially dialed back its leverage, one of the sources said. About damn time. Jesus Christ. So if it's down in the teens by percentage, so I mean, if it's down in the teens at 10%, they lost $1.1 billion. Almost $1.2 billion. So if it's down in the teens, closer to 19, they lost a couple billion. Melvin is far from the only fund getting stung in the worst week of trading in over a year. The Dow Jones. See, and that's what I really like to focus and hone in on, is the fact that these funds, right, like Melvin, but other funds as well, they're getting clapped. So you think these guys, if they had short positions on AMC, they're not able to put as much money up in their collateral, their margin accounts. So it hurts them a lot. And that's what ultimately will cause the MOAS, in my personal opinion. Be really good. Growth investors, particularly those focused on technologies, have been hit hard, with sources familiar with the situation telling Insider that D1 Global Tiger Global, Lone Pine, and Whale Rock have all fallen by double digits this month. The fund, which also carries a healthy exposure to private company stocks, have a full trading week plus next Monday to boost January returns. The firm's mentioned declined to comment. The fund rallied the rest of the year, gaining 33% from February through December and ending the year down 39%. Jeez, that's crazy. D1 investors, the more private exposure saw better returns as the firm's public-only fund lost close to 20% last year after a rough December. Yeah, that's bad. So D1 lost 20% last year. So imagine how much they're down this year. Imagine. Crazy. Futures doing down 1.54%. Dow down over 1%. That's where it's showing a lot of weakness. Just everything's down so much. It's not just the NASDAQ or the Dow. Everything is down. But everything could flip tomorrow. We'll just really have to wait and see what happens. But that's going to be all. We went for about 2 hours today. Having a lot of fun. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody in here. Love the questions. Love the trading questions, the options, all of that good stuff. Make sure to bring all of those questions every day, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday night through Thursday night. The only days we do not do this and go live are Friday and Saturday because there is not trading the next day. So that's all. If you guys want to get free stock, check out Moomoo down below. If you guys are not signed up with them, you might as well deposit some money and get free stocks. Free money is free money. I have got some very nice stocks through them, as well as with Public and Weeble also. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys enjoy your night and get ready for a clapping tomorrow. But rest assured, it's one step closer to the MOAS. So I will